Alright comrades, welcome back to another video. Round 1 is in the book. So we'll be discussing my predictions for round 1. So, round 1 is done and complete. We're going to quickly go over what the results were for round 1, see how good I did for the predictions, and I'll give you my predictions for round 2. So we'll pretty much get right into it, starting off in the Western Conference. The first round matchup that we did CSKA Moscow versus Vitas Chekhov. I said CSKA would win in 4. And they did. They won in 4. So I'm 1 for 1 so far. The next series, I said Lokomotiv. It was going to be Lokomotiv Yaroslavl versus HC Sochi. And I said Lokomotiv would win in 6. And they did. So I was 2 for 2. And if you don't believe me that I went 2 for 2, I do have the other video. I'll link it up there so you guys can go back and watch and see that I did indeed say those 2 results. The next one, I did St. Petersburg, CSKA St. Petersburg versus Spartak Moscow. I said St. Petersburg in 4. It was a 6-game series, but they did win. So St. Petersburg won 4-2 over Spartak Moscow. And the last one from the Western Conference, Dynamo Moscow versus Helsinki Jokerit. Jokerit, Helsinki, however you want to say it. I said Jokerit in 7. I was wrong about this one. Moscow ended up winning in 6. So 4 for Moscow and 2 for Helsinki. I got the first 3 teams right. I did not get the 4th team right though, but that's alright. Alright, and in the Eastern Conference, it was Avdomol Belis from Ekaterinburg going against Traktor Chelyabinsk. I said Avdomol Belis in 4. They did win the series, but they won it in 5. So they did beat Traktor Chelyabinsk in 5 games. Up next, Magnitogorsk, Metallurg Magnitogorsk versus Salavet Ulayev Ufa. I don't know why, but I didn't actually make a prediction for this one as far as how many games I said. I did say Ufa, so I was right in saying that. Again, I don't know why I didn't pick a number for how many games there was going to be. But it ended up being 4-2 for Salavet Ulayev Ufa. Up next, Boris Astana versus Torpedo Nizhny Novgorod. I think I said Boris in 5 games. It was actually a 7-game series. Boris did win. They won the 4 games. Torpedo won 3 games. So it was a 7-game series. I didn't expect that one. I said Boris was pretty much going to mop the floor with Torpedo, so good for them to take it to 7 games. But I did get the team right. And last but not least, Akbars Kazan, the defending champions versus Avangard Omsk. I said Kazan in 7. I was very wrong about this one. Omsk won in 4. They swept the defending champs. So, yeah, I didn't see that one coming. So, in comparison to my NHL playoff predictions, I knocked this one out of the park, which actually quite surprises me. I got 6 out of the 8 matchups right. I was very shocked when I found that out. So I should probably keep doing the KHL predictions over the NHL predictions, I guess. Although the NHL ones are still fun. Alright, so now on to round 2. This one, I don't know if this one's going to go quite as well as my first round ones went. Because there are some very good teams and some very good matchups in this one. The first matchup we're going to look at is Dynamo Moscow. They are playing CSKA Moscow. The 2 rival Moscow teams, the 2 Army teams, well, CSKA is the Red Army team, and I'm not sure the military history of Dynamo Moscow, if there is any, but I know with CSKA and SKA, the team in St. Petersburg, there's a big military, history behind those teams. But CSKA Moscow versus Dynamo Moscow, this one should be interesting. I'm really pulling for Dynamo Moscow. I'm not a huge fan of CSKA Moscow. I know there's a lot of Moscow going around right now, but it's hard to say because I want Dynamo to win, but do I think they'll win? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say Dynamo Moscow is going to win. Vadim Shapachov is just such a good player in the KHL. I like their roster better. We're going to go with Dynamo Moscow in 6. All right, up next, the battle of probably my 2 favorite KHL teams, or at least 2 of my top teams in the KHL that I follow. Not CSK, SKA St. Petersburg versus Lokomotiv Yaroslavl. This one, whoever wins, I'll be happy with because, like I said, I really like both teams. CSKA is the deeper team. Did I say CSKA? That's very difficult. SKA has the deeper team, but Lokomotiv is playing very good right now. It is a 2 seed versus 3 seed. I'm going to go the St. Petersburg team. SKA St. Petersburg, I'm going to say in 7. All right, so moving on to the Eastern Conference. Second round matchups. Yekaterinburg Avtomobilis versus Selavet Ulayev Ufa. This one is interesting. I would definitely be very curious to see how this one goes. Avtomobilis got past the first round, which I didn't see coming. To be completely honest, deep down, as much as I wanted them to, I was not sold on them. I am now, so I'm going to say Yekaterinburg beats Selavet Ulayev. I'm going to say in 5. Alright, so the final matchup for round 2, Boris Astana. These guys right here, they are taking on Avangard Omsk, the team coached by Bob Hartley. Boris did go through the 7-game series. Game 7 did see Darren Dietz score 2 goals to help push the team to the second round, which is really cool because he was a former Saskatoon Blade. So it's nice to see him doing well over there. Having said that, Omsk has been playing very well as well. Obviously winning in 4 games, so they are the fresher team. So anytime you have a team that went to a 7-game series playing a team that swept, makes for very interesting hockey. The team that has 4 games are, fresh, they're ready to go, but sometimes when they start playing, it's a bit of a letdown. Whereas the team who is coming off the 7-game series, they might be tired, but they're still in kind of, game mode. They're ready to keep going, and sometimes, not all the time, but they will just kind of steamroll the team that has been sitting around for a few days, just kind of practicing, not doing much. Having said that, though, I am going to say Avangard Omsk will win. I'm going to say probably in, let's go 6. Avangard Omsk in 6. Bob Hartley's coaching that team very well right now. They're getting, points and production from almost everyone. So I will say Avangard Omsk will win in 6. Alright, so just a quick recap of who I'm going to predict for round 2. Dynamo Moscow in 6 over CSKA Moscow. SKA St. Petersburg in 7 over Lokomotiv Yaroslavl. And then in the Eastern Conference, Avtomobilis in 5 over Selavet Ulayev Ufa. And Avangard Omsk in 6 over Boris Astana. Now we just have to sit back and wait for the results to come in, and I will update you guys when the round 2 is over and see where we gone from here. Let me know if you guys are kind of hoping for anyone in particular to win. I know probably not a lot of people watching this will necessarily care about the KHL, but it's a league that doesn't really get covered, and I figure, someone might get a little bit of interest in a different league outside the NHL, then this is a win. So pick a team that you kind of want to see win, and let's see if they do. But in the meantime, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again soon. Take care. Bye.